Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to episode 40 of Ball Don't Lie. I'm
What's
your
up,
host
everyone?
here with my lovely NHL Predators fan, Starkey. Starkey, how are we doing today?
We're doing good, my man. How are you tonight?
Man, I'm doing great. You know what's weird is I've always wondered this. You love St. Louis team. You love the Rams, correct?
Yep, I do.
Then you go to Chicago
Yep,
for baseball, and then you go to Nashville for hockey.
yep.
You realize two of those cities have a hockey team and a pro baseball team.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Nashville, it's the most local team we've got. And then whenever I really started to get into it, they had a guy named Mike Fisher on the team, who was the captain for a really long time, Carrie Underwood's husband. So
You
the,
would be. Stop
the
it.
the team that he was with traded him to Nashville so that he and Carrie could be closer together. So I thought that was a cool deal. So it just became a big Preds fan from there.
So you're really a Predators fan because of Carrie Underwood.
Her husband, yes.
And so basically, Carrie Underwood.
I'm a Predators fan because of Carrie Underwood.
Okay, hey, I'm glad you admit that. Folks, we have an action-packed show in store for you tonight. Sports are in full swing right now. We got college basketball starting on Monday. We already had some major upsets. Lots of blowouts. We had Bryant Bulldogs, our team from last year. They got knocked out in the first playing game. Without Peter Kiss, won by 109.
Insane.
The halftime score was 72-22. Here's my thing: you're a DT school playing a lower D1 school. How do you get the kids hype to go back out there and say, guys, I know you only scored 22 points in the first half. They scored 70. Get back in there. Let's crawl back. Like, what do you say? Like, hey, it's not over yet.
At that point, you just about have to pull out the Michael Jordan speech from Space Jam.
I mean, oh yeah, I guess their coach tried to because they only scored 17 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Bryant scored 73.
Yeah.
You had USC lose to their former head coaches school that it built up. Dunk City, FGSU, Boogie. You should have come back to Memphis.
Yes. Absolutely.
Had some upsets there. And then you had TCU win by 1 point. They trailed majority of the game to the last 2 or 3 minutes against Arkansas Pine Bluff. So basketball's in full effect. We got basketball going on. We got football. Football's going on every day of the week now.
Yes. Thank you, Mac.
Yeah, thank you, Mac Action. Thank you, AAC. Thank you, Sun Belt. Thank you, Conference USA. Thank you, God. Yes, thank you, God, for this. NFL is getting towards the nitty-gritty part of the season where you got teams will soon be saying, hey, we're going to rest our players because we suck.
Yep.
And you got teams that are going to pull out all the cards to try to make the playoffs. Like you got the race for the NFC South. Who the crap is going to win that?
Your guess is
Who wants to win that, honestly? Here's the thing. The Saints suck. I was telling Marty at work about this. The Saints suck out so bad, they wouldn't even get their top 5 draft pick.
Yeah.
Philly gets it, which pisses me off.
Which is insane to me.
And we got NBA going, moving and grooving. It's a beautiful time in America, folks. You got Herschel Walker on the ballot in Georgia. He's in a runoff. Run, Herschel, run. And we have something. You sent it to me. You broke it to me first. The Memphis Showboats are back.
Yes, we do.
Fun fact. Memphis Showboats. I have a Memphis Showboats legend story.
Okay.
We all know former great Philadelphia Eagle, Tennessee Vol, Reggie White. Did you know what he did before he went and played for the Eagles and Packers?
I do not.
He played for the Showboats. And do you know whose neighborhood he lived in?
When is it yours?
He did. Uncle Reggie. Granted, Uncle Reggie was not there. I was not there when Reggie was born. But Uncle Reggie was our neighbor, or was my parents' neighbor for quite some time while he was here in Memphis with the Showboats.
That's awesome.
It's funny. Sorry, folks. Allergies still get me. It's funny. My dad said, and my mom would say, they'd be sitting out, they'd be doing stuff, cleaning out their bushes, trimming the hedges, etc., washing the cars. Reggie would come out. And of course, Reggie was a big man. Reggie was 6'5", 300 pounds, right?
Yep.
Pretty big. Reggie White would literally, he drove a Mercedes Benz. They said he would get his fine china kitchen room table chairs out, bring them out, set them out in the driveway, and wash the rims of his Mercedes. Pretty funny.
Just because he could, because he's Reggie White.
Well, no, not because of that, because he was too big to bend down.
Oh, well, there you go. That also makes sense.
Yes, Uncle Reggie. R.I.P. Uncle Reggie. I do believe we got invited to his funeral. I think. If we didn't, I'm lying. Well, never met you, but R.I.P. Uncle Reggie, as I call him, to all the kids growing up.
That's a cool story, though, for real.
I have lots of cool stories. People don't ever ask.
That's
I've
true.
lived a pretty great life, I feel like, but yeah. Let's get back to the show. I don't want
Let's
to
do
bore
it.
people with my stories.
We're constantly just losing listeners.
Well, no, we're not. Well, here's the thing, folks. I'm ADHD. I get distracted. You get me going on one thing, I'm on this and I'm off that. ADHD is a curse. It's a gift, but a curse at the same time. And it's only really a curse. But I can multitask like there's no tomorrow at work.
That's very true.
So I love it. So let's talk about the Tigers. Tigers tipped off were a 2.5-point favorite against Vandy. Jerry Stackhouse. Somehow, by the grace of the good Lord, we won.
Yeah.
But won by 9. Penny did it again. He rolled out the lineup, the 5-9 lineup, as I'll call it, going forward. Back in the day, we used to have the 4 horsemen lineup, or the 4 guards lineup. Remember? With
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How can I forget?
Well, granted, all of them, besides Joe, were over 6 foot.
True.
But yeah, it's you're good right now in the regular season, but once conference starts, you're screwed.
Yeah. And I believe you called it early on. His backcourt playing at the same time, his starting backcourt, Kendrick Davis and Alex Lemons.
And here's the thing.
Make it make sense to me, Jared. Make it make sense.
You can't. You can't make it make sense, honestly. Well, I guess in Penny's mind, he's putting the 2 best players out there at the same time. Cool, I get that. Lomax is not a D1 caliber point guard starting.
No.
You need to, granted, Kendrick Davis, it was beautiful to see a guard who I felt comfortable shooting the ball 24/7.
Yeah.
Now, see, I don't count Lomax as a guard. Lomax was a 3. Never felt more confident in my life seeing that. And you got freaking DeAndre Williams, who's 28 years old, same age as, he's older than Devin Booker, still playing in college. The guy should be blowing people out of the water. I have a guy at work named Marty, who, he really pisses me off now. We made him decide. So last year we told Marty, we said, Marty, pick an NFL. Pick a college team. So he picked a college team, and he's an Oregon Ducks fan, and talked all kinds of crap last year. We're like, Marty, shut up. And we're like, this year you got to pick an SEC team. You know what his SEC team is?
Vandy?
I wish. LSU.
Oh, Ugh, it's even
Yeah,
worse.
trust me. Yes, he knows nothing. He only knows who the quarterback is. That's all he knows. And now he's like, "Well, I'm the biggest Memphis Tigers fan now in basketball," which he has cheered for Memphis before, but he's like, "Dude, Memphis is going to win the national championship this year." It's so funny to hear him say that. I think this is the only guy I know that is that confident Memphis is going to win the national. I don't think Penny thinks that.
No, we'll be lucky if this is our Sweet 16 season.
Here's the thing that scared me the most is you still didn't solve your issues from beyond the arc. 3-point shooting, you were 4 of 16 from 3.
Yeah,
And here's the thing: you don't have that knockdown 3-point shooting. Kendrick Davis is your scorer. He's going to get you points no matter what. I don't know. And then you got Malcolm Dangerous. Why is he starting? I love Big Malcolm. I love him.
Yeah, Malcolm's my guy. But when you have a legit KO's 7 foot, isn't he?
He's 6'9", 6'10".
Okay. Well, when you have at least a little bit of size on the team,
but
he can jump out of the gym.
Well, Malcolm's actually 6'9", 260. But here's the thing with Malcolm. He's a high energy guy.
Yeah.
I prefer him off the bench any day of the year. That's like last year in the NCAA tournament game against Gonzaga. That guy was drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
Trying to cover Timmy. Drenched in sweat. Like he was dying. And Timmy's not even that athletic.
No, so Malcolm's your big motor guy for sure.
So you won there. I am a little worried for Jerry Stackhouse. I think he's a great coach. It's just hard to recruit. Vandy at one point was one of the best basketball schools in the SEC.
Yeah.
But they've fallen off. I think this is going to be Jerry's unfortunate last year there. I think I want him to be so good there.
I do too.
I
love Coach Stack.
Stackhouse is the GOAT.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got to rebuild. And granted, like when I say that rebuild, he's been there for 4 years now. But give him time. I promise you, he's getting the right athletes he wants in there now. He's developing a program. They just lost their best player, Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yep.
Give him time. I promise you. One more year, Vandy. Not this year. Give us one more after this year. One more year. Arkansas. We played Monday night too. I was watching them. I had Grizzlies on when they came. I had the Razorbacks on the TV. Then I had the Grizzlies pregame show on my phone, Tigers on my tablet, and then once the Grizzlies came on, Grizzlies went to TV. Arkansas went to tablet, and the Tigers went to cell phone. So I was triple text.
This is a locked-in man, ladies and gentlemen.
I love basketball. Basketball is life. Ball is life, and ball don't lie. We struggled the first half. Right? Here's the thing. Just like the football team, we like to play tough teams in basketball. Sorry, folks. I coughed too much. But, man, we struggled tremendously, and we don't have Nick Smith right now, our best player. He's out right now with a knee injury. He's listed as day-to-day, so right now they're in no rush to get him back. I was reading something that said, do not be prepared to see Nick Smith Jr. until the Maui Invitational, which is around Thanksgiving. So we shall see what happens there. What did you say?
I said, really? Sorry. I had a... Sorry, something came up on my phone.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good, boy. You're good. But the next thing is, you got that going on. And our star freshman did not look like freshman, which is fine. Anthony Black only had 3 points, but he was dishing out assists and was getting rebounds and was playing great defense. Jordan Walsh struggled a little. He's kind of like a BC. So we'll see how he goes from there. I think if he buys into a Brandon Clark role and just plays down low, gets a mid-range game going, dude, you'll have a spot in the NBA. Be an undersized big man, you'll be fine. But we have Trayvon Brazile from Missouri. Guy didn't play there, dude. Guy threw down a reverse poster when he did a reverse poster dunk on somebody. Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be
why.
good. I'm telling you, man. This if we can get our shooting down. Oh, I'm telling you, these hogs will be deadly. Do you know our average like length is we're longer than the NBA like wingspan, we're longer than the average NBA team, or longer. Our team average, sorry, is longer than the longest NBA team.
That's that's insane.
Well, so Musselman got pissed. What happened last year in the Duke game? We were undersized, got outmanned. He
Yeah,
said that ain't happening this year.
right. And he went out and fixed it.
He did. I wish we got a little bit more shooting, but hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
That is fine. We'll be back in the Elite Eight, if not the Final Four this year. We're looking at some bracketology today. Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, y'all did not make Joe Lombardi's first round of. Y'all made it, but didn't make it in. Y'all are the next four out.
Yeah. I've been saying it since last year. I know he had a down season. Kermit's not the guy. He can recruit like crazy, but Kermit's just not it.
Well, what's funny is Matthew Morrell didn't look great in week one. And he's got a top 25 recruiting class going in game one. And he's got a top 25 recruiting class going right now. But kind of what me is the biggest Ole Miss what if is Jamin Brakerfield.
Yeah.
If that kid who was at Duke for a year, high school McDonald, I think he was almost McDonald's All-American. Consensus high 4-star, low 5. The kid went to Duke. Coach K doesn't recruit bust. He recruits great players.
Right.
And he went there, didn't play there, and has done nothing at Ole Miss. So if that guy can get what made him a top 60 player in the country, the guy's going to be a stud.
Well, this year in particular, I think he's been hurt.
Jeez, you're only week one in the game.
I know.
You know what? You know what's still sad? It hurts me is not having DJ Jeffries in a Memphis Tiger uniform again.
Oh, I know. That about crushed my spirit. Not only when he left, but when he went to Starkville, it about wrecked me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he wanted to come back.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He wanted to. He opted out, and Penny said yes. But here's the thing, folks. They wouldn't give him the waiver because he's already used the transfer portal once.
Yep.
It sucks. He was great his first year, got injured, gained some weight, fouled the rotation, and now look.
Probably going to end up going overseas.
Yeah, I think he'll go the Nick King round, playing the G League for a bit, and then who knows after that. Can we jump into NFL now?
Let's do it.
I just want to say I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'm sorry, Starkey. Why are you sorry?
Just because my rhymes suck.
Oh, okay. We're on the same page. Thought y'all had it. I
did too. Ashton and I, my wife and I, for those of y'all don't know, my wife and I were eating dinner after church. And I looked down and I got the notification that the Bucks had scored with 4 or 5 seconds left. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Tom Brady would pick this one game to remember that he's Tom Brady. And there were just no words.
So I saw a fact during the game. It's probably the most interesting fact I've ever seen with Tom Brady. Second in the NFL in passing yards. Tied for 16th in the NFL with passing touchdowns with 9.
Yeah.
Usually it's the total opposite for Tom Brady.
Right.
Usually he's top touchdowns, bottom yards.
Yeah.
And it was really shocked to see Cam Akers willingly come back out there and play.
And still got less than 50 yards carry rushing.
It's the thing, man. Your line is garbage.
Oh, it is. Absolutely, it is. That's why Matt Stafford's currently in concussion protocols, and nobody knew it until today.
Here's the thing: what I would do with y'all: shut down Cooper Cup.
Yeah,
He's playing with a bum ankle already.
Yeah.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
I have a bold prediction
Go ahead.
for the Rams, if you would indulge me. Aaron Donald's done after this season.
I think I know you've talked to me a little bit about that. I think he is too.
This is not what he came back for. I mean, I know obviously hindsight's 2020, but knowing what he knows now, he should have hung it up after he got the ring. Gone out on top, healthy, take care of your family. He did not come back for this.
I agree.
And I think it's just a matter of time before McVay goes to Amazon.
I think you said that last week in the show, man, and it's looking more and more likely. But I do want to talk about another guy, another legend, Rodgers.
Yes. What's going on up north?
He doesn't have anybody to throw it to.
That's true. I mean, when you got Romeo, was it Romeo Dubes? Is that how you say it? Dowd?
Yeah.
When he's your number one wideout right now, that's an issue.
Well, you got Alan Lazard. He's technically their number one, but he's hurt almost every weekend.
Yeah.
And then you got a bunch of no-name guys, unproven guys.
Yeah.
You got Josiah DeGarua, Samoy Tori, Robert Tanyan. Has been the same since he tore his ACL.
Right.
Watson, Aaron Jones, running back. Mercedes Lewis, washed up tight end. You said Romeo Dobbs, Sammy Watkins.
Bunch of nobodies and washed up has-beens.
And then you see the fact that they could have gone after Brandon Cooks and Chase Claypool.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to give up picks for it. You are in win now mode with possibly one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history.
Oh, yeah.
You can listen, you got to sacrifice it to make a run. Let's see. I'm looking up Aaron Rodgers' contract right now. Aaron Rodgers over the offseason signed a 3-year, $150 million contract extension. Or a contract. Bruh. You got to figure this out now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You got 3 years. Technically 2 now.
Yeah. 2 years after this one. 2.5 years now, yeah.
You've wasted this year with that extra contract. You've wasted it.
Yep.
Figure it out. Give the man weapons. Here's the thing. I think Seattle's buying in on the Geno hype a little. Are they going to take a quarterback in the first round? No. You know what they're probably going to do? Say, hey, we're not going to blow this up just yet. You know what? We got Denver's gave us a top pick. We're going to draft offensive line, probably a running back, probably not a running back, but defensive line. Build some more assets. Because guess what? Geno's look like he's back in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Playing under Gina Holgerson again.
And nobody ever expected to see that. I saw a tweet today.
I remember everybody. Remember, Drew Lock was the front runner to get it, and then he got the flu during training camp and never got a spot back.
I saw a tweet today from Freezing Cold Takes. It was a meme, and it said, imagine getting excited for the NFL season, and this is your quarterback. And it was a picture of Geno Smith. I bet whoever posted that is feeling really, really dumb right now.
Hey, I was one of them. I had the Seahawks as one of the top 3 worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I think most people did.
Hey, but on the bright side, though, back to the Packers real fast. With Detroit winning, and they got rid of T.J. Hawkinson, I am now 5 wins away from not having to shave my head. We're getting there, baby. We're getting there.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
And how about this? The Raiders lost again.
I was gonna ask you this off that air, but I'm gonna ask you now. Is Josh McDaniels gonna lose his job after year one?
Yes.
I'm glad we're on the same page with that too.
And here's the thing. I think it's Josh McDaniels is the problem. He loses everywhere he goes.
Yeah. That's proof right there that he can't do anything without Bill Belichick. Like, I think Bill Belichick makes him look good.
I mean, you should have won easy. The Jags haven't won a game since like week 2.
Yeah. You go out and you trade for the best wide receiver in the league.
You give up a lot for him.
Yes.
How about this fact? We're talking about the Raiders. They released starting safety, or I think it was like he was starting / second string. He played a lot. Jonathan Abrams the other day.
Yes.
I wanted him so badly when he was coming out of Mississippi State to go to Dallas, but we didn't draft him. Got cut. Can't stay healthy. Having a bunch of other issues along with that. Since 2019, only one Raiders first round draft pick is still on the roster. Josh Jacobs, and they declined his 5th-year option, so he'll be off the team at the end of the year.
Yep. They are trying to do everything they can to rid themselves of the John Gruden, Mike Mayock era.
And here's the thing with Mike, that makes no sense. Mayock was great in a NFL Network.
Oh, I know.
He goes there and he sucks.
I guess there's a difference in talking about it and actually running a team.
So going back to Mr. Jonathan Abrams being one of the hardest hitting safeties we've ever seen in a long time since Troy Polamalu, Roy Williams, and Sean Taylor, and Ed Reed. That state defense years ago was pretty scary.
Yeah.
You had Mr. Montez Sweat on it too, who's known for what, Starkey?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Is Montez Sweat?
Yeah.
What did he do to get in trouble?
He that was when he punched a woman?
Yes.
In college? On videotape? Yes.
I think it was in high school he punched her.
Oh, yeah. Because his suspension when he got to college was Dan Mullen benched him for the first half of a cupcake game.
So yeah, remember Montez Sweat hit the woman.
Yes.
So, who would you rather get hit by? Montez, like a sucker punch to the face. Jonathan Abrams or Montez Sweat?
A sucker punch to the face. I think I would rather be hit by Jonathan Abrams. Full speed coming at me. Give me Montez Sweat.
No, this is a punch.
Yeah.
I'm taking Montez Sweat to the face. Punch me in the face.
I think I'd rather get Jonathan Abrams.
Do you know why? Because it will knock me out cold and I won't feel a thing.
No, that's very true. That's very true.
Won't feel a thing. See, Abrams probably will, but not as hard as Sweat's gonna knock you out for at least 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Speaking of Jonathan Abrams, he got picked up by the Packers today. I don't know if you saw that.
Not going to help him. Then you got the Colts firing Frank Wright over the weekend as well. Back to the NFL, sorry. My ADHD kicked in there. He was betrayed by the Colts. He sacrificed and put his heart into this organization, and he get fired the way he did, he said.
Yeah. Just, I mean, I get it. You're upset, but I mean, what did you think was going to happen? I honestly, although I did see today or yesterday, I don't remember what site it is, but there is a new odds-on favorite to be the next Colts head coach.
Isn't Peyton Manning like number one?
Yeah, it is Peyton Manning is number one.
Stop it.
Never gonna happen. Then
I say
again,
that man signed. Didn't he just sign like a massive deal with ESPN over the offseason?
I think so. Yeah, I'm sure.
Dude, that guy's having too much of a time right now doing the Manning Brothers the Manning Brothers show Monday night, every other Monday night.
Yeah.
He's golden. You'd have to pay him like $40 million a year just come out and do that stress.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, yeah, he and Eli are doing the Manning cast, but if they never scheduled the Colts on Monday nights, he can still do it.
No, you have to because you'd have to because all those teams love that because you're prime time stuff and helps get your ratings up,
Oh,
more
yeah,
merchandise sells and all that TV. You get more revenue off it. But and yeah, I think NFL's gonna make sure with Peyton Manning's a coach, they get every primetime game slot possible.
Yeah, that's
More
true.
people tuning in to watch it. Ads, your commercials go up, everything.
Yeah, that's very true. Now all they need is Angel Love to come back.
I wouldn't be down. I'd be down for that.
So
yeah, then you got Jeff Saturday, who's never coached an NFL game
or college.
He's been in the booth since he's been on ESPN doing NFL matchup, NFL Insider, all the NFL shows, Sports Center, Mike and Mike, when it was still a thing, all those shows.
Mm-hmm.
Get Up, and now he's going straight to being the interim head coach. No one saw that coming. Usually, whenever you name an interim coach, it's always the special teams coach, QB coach, defensive coordinator, offensive line coach, offensive coordinators taking that role. Well, they just fired their line coach. Huh?
Someone who's with the team already.
Correct. Well, apparently he was actually a special consultant to the Colts for a while.
Yeah.
That's why he got the job.
Yeah. And whenever that news broke, people thought that Jim Irsay was joking. Just because it came out of absolutely nowhere.
Still makes zero sense.
But okay, I agree with you. It makes no sense at all. But there is one thing that I actually saw on NFL Live yesterday that there is an area, because I mean, this season's a wash for them. So they're done. But they have one of the worst offensive lines in the league, if not the worst.
Oh,
if
dude.
he could get a hold of them,
remember their offensive line. Remember their offensive line used to be their bread and butter.
Exactly. Yes. And now it's a laughing stock. If Saturday can get in there, coach those guys up just a little bit, may not be as bad as we think it is.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked soon if they go ahead and shut down Jonathan. He's been devoting that. He's been injured all year.
Yep.
He's probably done. You know what I expect Jeff Saturday to do? You remember when him and Peyton Manning had that argument on the sidelines?
Mm-hmm. About play
because
calling?
Jeff wanted to check it to a run and Peyton said pass block.
Yep.
I hope all the stars he runs the dang ball the whole time and doesn't stop just for that. So I can just so you can say Peyton said, "Oh, you're passing the ball now. Funny."
Right.
I also want to give a special shout out real fast before we end the NFL segment. Shout out to Joe Mixon for getting me a fantasy football dub this week over Martonius Williams. Joe Mixon carried me 55 points this weekend. Man, 33 points came in the first half.
What, 5 touchdowns?
5 touchdowns. 4 rushing, 1 receiving. Suck it, Marty. Suck it. I play him again in our work league, so My whole team's on a bye, so I probably will take an L this weekend. But hey, I'm 2-1 against them this year in both leagues, so suck it. Suck it. So let's move on to college football. Unfortunately, let's go ahead and get the nasty out of the way. Can I?
Go for it.
I feel like we were watching Chad Morris out there on Saturday.
Yeah.
Really bad. That was our first bad loss under Sam Pittman.
Yeah, it was.
Really, really bad. Don't know what happened. I think it was a lack of preparation. I would say the team just was not. We thought we were going to blow them out. It was homecoming. You were a 2.5 touchdown favorite over Liberty and FCS school.
Mm-hmm.
We looked terrible. KJ, I got rumor my dad sent to me is the guy I've sent you stuff to on Facebook. The guy's usually always right when it comes to stuff. Like he's about 95% of the time he's right on when he comes to the Arkansas news. If anybody's committing, decommitting, transferring out, transferring in, quitting, coaches quitting, hiring, stuff like that, he's always right. He said right before KJ is doubtful to play today.
Yeah.
Due to him being banged up. Well, then you see KJ play, and then you're like, oh, well, it was actually a game time decision. Boy, he sucked. Here's the thing. You play the toughest schedule in the year. Towards the end, you're going to be banged up, even after a bye week. We've had 2 games since our bye. We've had 1 game since our bye week. But, dude, we look rough.
Yeah.
Rough. It's bad. It was bad. Couldn't run the ball. We had, after 3 possessions, minus 16 rushing yards.
Ooh.
We were the number 6 rushing team in the country.
That's not good.
No. Our offensive line was the highest graded FBS offensive line going into Saturday's game. Yeah, you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But do you want to give a shout out to a genius move they did? Because we've been so depleted in the secondary this year, they moved a true freshman wide receiver, 4-star wide receiver, Quincy McAdoo, who was once committed to Mike Norvell in Florida State, decommitted, went to Arkansas, moved him to cornerback, blocked a punt for a safety, and then got his first career interception.
There we go.
I think out of all of FBS defensive players, he was the 7th highest rated FBS defensive player on last week.
Oh, wow. In one game.
In one game. Out of all the players that played enough defensive snaps to fit in that category, he was in the top 7. His first game starting on defense since his final game in high school. I think it's time to move him to defense permanently.
Yeah, I've definitely.
They did it. They said, "Hey, Quincy." So they told him, they said, "Quincy, if you want to go defense, we need you to do it this year." They said, "If you want to come back to offense, it's up to you. If I'm Pittman and them, hey, stop it. You're staying over there."
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. I love it. Seeing all the Arkansas fans on Facebook and Twitter saying we need to fire Pittman.
Pittman's not the problem.
I love it. They all go, it's time to fire Pittman. He's not the right coach for us. What?
Since when?
Oh my gosh. I get it. Every coach, I shouldn't say this, but every coach is entitled to one bad loss.
Oh, yeah.
And that was your bad loss. Now, you do have a tough 3-game stretch left. LSU this weekend, Ole Miss, and then Missouri. Luckily, 2 of the 3 is at home.
Yeah.
With Ole Miss and LSU. So that's good for us. This weekend, we are a 3-point underdog against LSU. Kind of shocked it's that low. If I'm betting, I'm taking LSU to cover. Win by at least 3 points or more. But I'm not dead on the balls. I think we can win if we play like we did against Auburn, play like we did against Cincinnati. We play against if we play great football like we did against BYU, or we're able to run the ball out there, throw it, we will win. I have faith.
Hey, we'll pick, man. I got faith in y'all.
Y'all need us, and we'll get to that in a second. Are you shocked at LSU this year, or am I the only one?
No, I am. Absolutely. Especially after week 1 against
they looked.
Florida State.
You had like 10 players saying they wanted to transfer out.
Yeah, I thought LSU was dead in the water after that game.
You had 10 players who were like, yeah, I'm ready to quit, and now you're on the verge of going to an SEC championship game.
Yeah.
The first time since 2019 when you had Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Granted, this team is nowhere near
Oh, no.
that 2019 team. But you have 2 losses. You've kind of got the easy part of your schedule. You got to play us, cupcake game, and then you got to play A&M.
Yeah.
They went out. They're going to Athens. I mean, not they're going to Atlanta. Sorry,
Atlanta.
to play Georgia. But man, how about that gutsy call by Brian Kelly?
We had just gotten home from eating dinner and hanging out with some friends, and I actually missed it, but I got a notification for the final score and what happened, and I was just like, "There's no way." So obviously, I went back, saw it, and that was insanely gutsy by Brian Kelly.
And then they stormed the field. Here's the thing. Now the NCAA is talking about making it more strict for teams to to storm the field. Because you got teams like LSU who's done it twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
Which I still don't get why they stormed it against Ole Miss.
I don't know. The only thing I can see with that is unranked beating a top 10 team. But even then, I don't think it was warranted.
But you've beat Ole Miss before. And like now they're talking about making it more strict, penalizing schools. I've done it twice in my life, and I loved it. It's one of the best things I've ever done. But it's just like now they're about to make it more strict. Oh, speaking of storming the field, Kansas beat Oklahoma State this week. Did you see that?
Rock chalk. Our boys are bowl eligible.
No. Did you see the post game?
Oh, the post game.
So they had all the security teams out of the game after the game on the field. They were talking to them, and the head security guy was like, "Yeah, guys, we expected this to happen, and them tear the goalpost down. It happens. Don't beat yourself up of letting them tear down the goalpost." He goes, "We knew it was going to happen, but that's okay. It happens."
That's awesome.
You just love it. And then you had State. They were beating the brakes off Auburn, and then next thing I quit watching it and went back to Clemson. And for some reason, I put on the Clemson game again, which I don't know why. But we'll get into that in a second. And they were beating the crap out of Auburn, and the next thing you know, old Cadillac Williams gets them boys right.
Yeah,
takes it to OT, and they lose.
So,
but go ahead.
My question to you is: Cadillac the guy, or do they go after someone like Hugh Freeze?
You go after Hugh Freeze.
That's what I thought too.
Here's the thing: I would love to see
Cadillac, but I don't think he's. Keep in mind,
you made a bad coaching hire with Brian Harrison, which I still think he was a good coach, but in most people, it's viewed as a bad hire. You got to go for the spot. You're in the SEC. You're one of the best programs consistently, almost year in and year out. With Gus, you were always people talked about you being contenders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you were always in that category. They can contend. They are the dark horse. You have to go for that hire, and you have to be willing to offer. And here's the thing: Auburn has very rich football boosters.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they went after Bruce Pearl and got him, and now look at it.
Yeah.
They're going to do that here, whether it's Hugh Freeze or it's Lane Kiffin.
I've been hearing rumors that they're going to throw a Jimbo-type contract at Lane Kiffin and it scares me to death.
Speaking of Jimbo, we'll get 1 second on that. But I've been reading they are prepared to offer Lane around $11 million a year.
Yeah.
For 7 years.
Yeah.
That's $77 million.
Ole Miss can't match it.
See, my boss says they can. I'm like, dude, there's no way.
I don't think so. But the thing is, so it would be a lot, but I don't think we can match the money. But there's no way we can match the years because of the stupid Mississippi 4-year contract rule.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Most people do. I don't know why it's a thing. In the very slim chance that someone in Jackson is listening, get rid of that idiotic rule. Please do the whole state a favor, okay? But, yeah, so because he's on a 4-year contract right now, but they just add 1 more year to it because of that idiotic Mississippi rule, which makes no sense to anyone.
Now, back to your Jimbo Fisher comment. How about Jimbo Fisher this weekend? They were down 16 players, what they call the flu.
Yeah.
Got destroyed by a terrible Florida team. I mean, dude, let me tell you what. Florida's red zone is god awful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Like, it still amazes me that Anthony Richardson is getting first-round top quarterback vibes.
No, there's no way.
They are still giving him. I've seen mock drafts. He's still a top first-round draft pick.
No. There's no way. He should not be. Absolutely
just
not.
because of what he offers to the NFL. Now, I think he's not going to. I think he's terrible. But look at A&M's next remaining games. And I said this earlier. They are probably going to fire. Not probably. I think they're 90% chance they will fire Jimbo if they do not make a bowl game.
I think so too.
You have Auburn this weekend. It's at Auburn. Auburn is favored to win this weekend. Battle of the 3 and 16. Yes.
What's the line?
I'd have to. Let me see 1 second.
I did not realize that.
I have to look it up on FanDuel. Sorry.
Okay, you're good.
It's on Google. It just says it just has the Tennessee ESPN says that. But give me 1 sec. I'll pull it up in a second. But remember, this is a A&M team. People said this could be the year they win the West.
Oh, after that recruiting class, they were getting natty hype.
They were. So I was trying to find that line real fast. It's actually 1.5 points. Tennessee, Auburn is a 1.5 point favorite. So with that being said, it's a coin flip.
It's a coin flip.
So,
but this just goes to show you what we've said for 40 weeks now. That Jimbo Fisher is the most overrated coach in college football.
We've said it before, and we'll continue to say it until he's fired.
Until he's gone.
I think he's trying to get fired just so he can get the bag.
Because it's fully guaranteed. Absolutely.
It is. Unless he does something along the lines of like recruiting scandal or like anything that breaks that, like pulling a Hugh Freeze, paying for prostitutes, Bobby Petrino having an affair with somebody in the office, stuff like that. They have they have Auburn. They're an underdog in that. They have UMass. Then they got LSU. But right now, only one is a guaranteed win.
Yeah.
So you're looking at an A&M team, which just makes our loss to them look even worse.
Yeah, it does.
Gosh. But I think Jimbo will be fired at the end of the year.
I think so too. I think they'll find a way to pay up. It's like an $80 million buyout or something. But I think that Texas old money will come through, and I think he's gone.
Hey, how about the Memphis Tigers this weekend?
You mean another L?
Hey, let's go for it on 4th and 13 on our own side of the field.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh!
You don't get it. You don't convert.
No way.
Okay, the thing is, like with that, it's you weren't even behind. The game was tied. Like I don't understand what was going through Silverfield's head. I do not understand.
This is the first time we've lost 5 games in a row since 2013 season. Before, that was when we were starting to get things together under Fuente.
Yeah.
Let's get him back, but I think he's enjoyed being a dad now in Texas.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the right job would get him back, and I don't think Memphis is the right job he wants right now.
I don't think he would come back to Memphis. I really don't.
It sucks. You got Tulane, and you got Tulsa this weekend.
Yep.
Somehow we're a 6.5 point favorite over Tulsa. Don't know how. And you win that, you win next week in North Alabama, you're going to a bowl game. It's going to be like the ketchup bowl or mustard bowl or some crap bowl game. But hey,
back to Birmingham.
No, it won't be. No, technically, with the AAC, one of the top AAC teams goes to Birmingham because you play the lowest SEC team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, make it fair.
So it'll probably be another home game at the Liberty Bowl.
No, we had to be really good to get that. You'll be looking at some podunk stadium in Florida or the Bahama Bowl, which actually that does sound pretty cool. Actually,
yeah, it does.
You'll probably get like the Big Daddy Mower Bowl,
the Toilet Bowl,
probably. But hey, a bowl game's a bowl game. Helps get recruits in there. But speaking of that, did you hear what happened this weekend with Anthony Miller? Or not Anthony Miller, with Calvin Austin?
I heard he got put on IR. But that's all I heard.
He got what?
Put on injured reserve today. But that's all I heard.
So Calvin Austin. So I heard this from a story and people there. So Memphis really screwed up here. They were doing like welcome back former Memphis Tigers. Like you had Calvin Austin there. You had Desmond Bane was there, which I'm a former Tiger, but they were showing all famous pro people who were there, mm-hmm. right? Like what was his name? Who was the guy? Anthony Miller was there, stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So they apparently asked this random young African American fella they said, hey man, we're gonna put you in the Jumbotron, just wave when we put you on there, right? They put it on, they say, welcome back, Calvin Austin. And they told him to wave. So he's just doing this. Because he looked just like Calvin Austin. They apparently thought he was Calvin Austin.
Oh, wow.
Guess who was at the game?
I'm going to say Calvin Austin.
The actual Calvin Austin was at the game.
That's embarrassing.
In a boot. And I think he was in the little one-leg roller thing too. Apparently Calvin was like, dude, this is so messed up. I'm never coming back here again.
I can't say I blame him.
Local Memphis kid who's probably been to so many Memphis Tiger games gets disrespected like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh dang it, Memphis. You screwed up there. That just adds to kind of a dumpster fire this season is. But you are seeing a lot of more people each week saying it's time. I have a guy at church, Mr. Frank Ankery, who stops me, and every Sunday we walk in and goes, time to fire Ryan? I go, yep, time to fire Ryan. He says, I'd rather almost have Tommy West back Tommy West and Larry Porter back out there, coach. I said, we're getting to that point now, Mr. Frank. It's almost time to get old Larry Porter back in there and coaching. So let's talk about this upcoming week's games. We also didn't talk about the game we both got wrong severely, Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah, what happened
There's not much to talk about. And the words of Stinson Bennett, call me. Don't leak his phone number.
Okay, is he rocking the flip phone or did he finally upgrade?
No, he's got a real phone, but apparently somehow Tennessee fans got his phone number. We're calling him all night. That's why when he did that,
that happens.
And that's why when he scored that first touchdown, he looked right at the camera and went, call me.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So, yeah, hey, we good, though. We'll bounce back this week with some we're gonna have a good weekend this week, Starkey. You got Ole Miss plays Alabama this weekend in Oxford.
Ugh. After a loss.
Well, this is also the first time since 2010 that a Nick Saban team with Alabama has lost 2 games before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Last time was in 2010 when they lost to Auburn, and they lost to South Carolina that year. And they also ended up losing 3 games that year because they lost to Michigan State in the bowl game.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember that now because that was my senior year of high school. And I remember getting the South Carolina notification on my phone, and I was just floored that it actually happened. I remember that vividly. Yes.
I think everybody and their mother was. But we got that game going on. You got tons of big games this weekend. You got a big one that I think a lot of people are sleeping on.
Okay.
I love as Purdue, Illinois.
Okay.
Winner of this game clinches the other side of the Big Ten, and the winner will probably go play Ohio State. Oh, Brett Bielema's got them boys. They lost last week to a terrible Michigan State team, but hey, they got to get them right. We also have a big matchup. Who are we taking on that one? Sorry, Purdue, Illinois. In-laws, I'm sorry. I'm taking Illinois.
I'm gonna go the Illini. I know I'm an honorary Jickie after basketball season.
I love Bielema.
But I gotta go the Illini.
Here you go. Here's your big game. Tulane, UCF. Plumlee, I think he's actually probable now. Give me Tulane. Tulane in the membrane, baby. Who you taking, Starkey? Best defense versus a very good running offensive team. Who you taking?
I don't know. I'm the offense guy.
Winner of this game will more than likely will go to the AAC championship game. And the winner of this game right now will probably represent the Power 6 schools in the bowl game.
Yeah. You said they're playing UCF?
Yes, Tulane, UCF in Tulane, the membrane.
Give me the Knights.
Ooh, okay. We're different there. We have Georgia, Mississippi State. Give me Georgia.
Georgia big.
Kansas State, Baylor. Baylor is actually a 3-point favorite in this one, Starkey. In honor of my grandpa. You would have been 98 years old on Monday. Give me Baylor. Sick 'em Bears.
I like the Adrian Martinez.
Adrian Martinez
has been killing it for K-State this year.
And Deuce Vaughn.
What?
And Deuce Vaughn, the 5'6" running back. Darren Sproles 2.0.
Yes. But I like Baylor. Give me Baylor.
There we go. I love it. 2 more I want to go through real fast. One of them is, you already know it, TCU, Texas. TCU is now number 4. Horns down. We're taking the Frogs.
Give me the Frogs.
It's on the road, too. It's going to be a very tough game.
Give me the Frogs.
I love it. Give me the Frogs. Let's go. The last one is, I think you've already said it a little, Ole Miss, Bama.
My head and my heart are saying 2 different things. It'll depend on which team shows up. What does your gut say? My gut says Bama.
My whole body says Bama. Bama by 90.
My gut says Bama. They're a 12-point favorite right now. They're coming off a loss. Saban's going to have those boys pissed. Like we said last week, if they stack the box and make Jackson Dart throw, it's going to be a long day. I hate it. Give me the Tide.
I'm glad you're right.
That physically makes me stick just saying those words. But yeah, give me the Tide.
Give me a Roll Tide. Now let's move on to the final segment of the show, our favorite, basketball.
Let's do it.
But while we're doing that, folks, we have to give Mitch love like we do every week here.
Yeah, we do.
Folks, we've been saying it. Please give him a call. Mitchell James supports the patio home inspections. I promise you, folks, he will do the work for you. He'll make sure the home you're buying, the home you're getting ready to sell, is in tip-top shape,
Yep.
so you get the best bang for your buck. Would you agree, Starkey?
Absolutely, 100%.
We recommend him. Use him, folks. I promise you, you will not be dissatisfied with your service. Grizzlies, currently we're about 2 right now against the Spurs. Here's the thing. Since the last show, I'll tell you what, man. Anthony Simmons, cold.
He's incredible.
He's going to be really good.
Yeah.
The future in Portland with him is looking very good. But we took care of business what we needed to do. We beat, since the last show, we beat Portland. We beat the brace off the Hornets. We had a 20-point lead against the Wizards, and I guess we just got bored with it.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, come on back. Let's give the people here at the Forum a show. And then we had a back-to-back night against the Celtics. Granted, you had 3 games in 4 days. You knew it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We played the Celtics great. We came back. We looked good. One thing that kind of worries me is Ja taking that many threes.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. He was 5. But here's the thing, though. He made 5 of 12. I'm doing math on that. Which is Ja now a shooter?
I mean, he's become one this season.
And are you the same boat as me? Every time he goes up to the lane, do you hold your breath?
Not every time, just because I trust him now. I know he's gotten hurt before, but at one time, it was like every time he went up to the lane,
one thing I've noticed too is him going to the basket, he's not getting the same fouls he got last year.
Yeah.
Which is weird. And you saw what he told the referee the other night. You want FanDuel? Yeah. Teed. I love it.
I thought it was
12. I think you shouldn't say that. We're trying to get the refs on our side to get the calls. And if refs talk and they know that you smart off a lot, you're not going to get your calls.
Yeah, no.
But here's the thing, though. He's a superstar. Adam Silver, be telling your refs, hey, guys, protect the superstar.
Yeah. You do it every other
Protect your asset. He's the future of the league. And more importantly, what about Desmond Bane the past couple games?
I don't know.
How about, dude? Can I preach?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay.
I'll be glad to take a night off.
Since the Nets. Are you ready, Starkey?
Go for it.
Nets, 38 points. Kings, 31 points. Jazz, 32 points. Trailblazers, 29. Hornets, 19. Wizards, 28. Celtics, 19. Guy is killing it. Remember, I was talking to you like, dude, should we be worried about how much he's struggling?
I knew he'd figure it out.
I know. I jumped to conclusion. So far on the year, folks, Desmond Bane is shooting 48% from three. I'm sorry, 45%. My bad. 45% from three. He's averaging 8 threes a game, shooting 45% from three.
I don't want to say dude's almost automatic, but from three, that's as close as you can get.
Well, right now, when he actually is playing a lot with the second unit too, which is good.
Yeah.
He's becoming that spark off the bench with Zaire not there, and you still don't have Jaren. So you would, but dude, I love him coming off the bench. I love him not coming off the bench, but playing with the bench unit.
You're right.
It's another additional ball handler and a guaranteed score.
Yeah.
Also, Jake LaRavia. Can we go ahead and go Jake LaRavia?
Go for it, yeah.
I'm goading him right now. Guys, he's going to be so freaking good. Also, and like, here's the thing about Memphis. I love the Grizzlies being relevant because I have a guy at work, Brian. Brian doesn't know that much about sports, like basketball. Like, he was like, hey, man, Dylan Brooks has some good turnovers. And I was like, yeah, he did turn the book. I said, yeah, the turnovers were terrible. He goes, no, I mean, like, he was on defense. Oh, I said, steals. Here's the thing, man. When Memphis basketball is great, gets guys like that start buying into the Grizzlies. Like last year, Brian wasn't a big fan, but towards the end of the year, dude, he was getting into it. He's also my go-to guy for tickets. I'm going to tickets. I ask him, and he usually can help me get them. Guy went out and bought a jersey the day of the last game for the Grizzlies in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
And this guy, he bought a Bally sports subscription because he's now becoming a Grizzlies fan. I love it. I love it. He even agrees, Dylan Brooks, what the crap are you doing? It's when Ja's not on the court. You don't have Jaren on the court. It's him and Bane. You know what he sees? FGAs.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, I'm the guy that's going to get us these points. And once again, I hate to say it, Dylan shot us out of another game.
Yep. As usual.
So I don't know. Like, it's frustrating. Like, Dylan, I need you. If you would literally just commit half your time to defense, we'd be good.
Yeah.
Or commit all your time to defense. Holy cow. On the bright side, though, him sucking, I said it a couple weeks ago, is going to help us probably be able to keep him if we want to keep him. Which I'm down for.
If he could realize that he's a role player.
Well, I think if you do that, you're signing him and say, hey, Dylan, we're going to bring Zaire in to start. You're going to be our sixth man. I'm fine with that.
But would DB be, though?
You say, DB, you have a chance here to win a championship. And we do. This team is 7-4, probably about to be 8-4 after tonight. You have a chance to build something without your best player, who, by the way, thanks to BC, they're dropping hints left and right. He's probably going to be back next week, I think. I would love for him to be back on Friday night against the Timberwolves, which has me a little worried, but
right.
You gotta, if you get DB to buy in to be a six-man dude, the future's so freaking bright. Yeah. I did ask you, we're playing the Spurs tonight. The Spurs are in Victor Wembanyama mode. By the way, did you see Victor's one-legged three-pointer?
No, but I heard about it. He's like trying to patent it now or something. Dude is just amazing.
It's like a floating. He's like trying to do a floater from the 3-point line. Drains it. I asked you, give me a trade. I asked you to get maybe two guys.
Okay.
Keldon Johnson is going to be a reach to get because they love him and Popovich loves him. They love him in San Antonio. He's kind of one of their only bright spots. And Dougie McBuckets, another stretch four. I asked you to give me a trade, and what do you got for me?
All right. So this one was one of the more difficult trades I've done. Because Keldon Johnson has what they call a poison pill contract. He just signed this new deal. According to Fanspo, this is how this is what it's called. Keldon Johnson is on a rookie contract and signed an extension that is about to begin the following season. Therefore, he has what is known as a poison pill contract. He can no longer be traded for a player making equal money. Instead, his current salary is averaged along with the salaries he is to receive in his extension, and that average becomes his incoming salary for trade purposes. The outgoing value, if the Spurs were to trade Keldon Johnson, would be $3.8 million. But in return, they could only they had to take back at least $15 million. So, with that said,
Why would they do that? It's so confusing.
Yeah, I know. I'd never heard of this until today. I actually got a trade. Finally, somehow made the money work. But like I told you earlier, you're not going to like it.
I'm down. Let's go.
All right, 3-team trade.
Okay.
The Grizzlies, the Spurs, and the Dubs.
And the who?
The Warriors.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
The Grizzlies receive Dougie McBuckets, Keldon Johnson, and a 2026 second-round pick from Golden State. It was our original pick that we sent to Golden State.
Oh, we get it back. Good, good. I love this trade already.
The Spurs receive Danny Green.
Okay.
Dylan Brooks.
Okay. Not bad.
Wiseman.
Not mad.
Moses Moody.
Okay, really not mad there. They're going total rebuild. Love it.
Patrick Baldwin.
Okay, not mad.
And we give up David Roddy.
Not mad.
And the Spurs also get one of the Grizzlies' first-round picks in 24.
Not mad. Actually, I like this so far.
The Warriors.
Is it about to make me mad here?
No, this one you shouldn't be mad here. The Warriors get Josh Richardson, Zach Collins.
Okay.
And the Spurs first round pick in 24.
I'm not mad at all.
That's it made the money work. Everyone gets a pick. And we come away with Dougie McBuckets and KJ.
I'm actually not mad at that. Because theoretically, you're trading David Roddy for a guy who's 1 year older than Keldon Johnson.
And at this point, I mean, I know they're both rookies, but at least in the rotation, Jake seems like he has Jenkins' favor more than Roddy does.
Well, and they play two different styles, and you can tell this game's a little too fast for Roddy.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Also, real fast, I want to go ahead and say Hustles are the 2022-2023 G League champions, going on a record right now.
That with Mr. Kenny Lofton Jr. at MVP?
No, Matthew Bane.
Okay.
Matthew Beam. Yeah, when you come up here, you gotta watch, dude. He's so good.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
But yeah, Roddy, the game's a little too fast for him right now, and then it will start slowing down very soon for him. He has a place in the NBA. You can tell that already.
Yeah,
it's gonna start slowing down. His shot's starting to come down. He's getting that confidence up there.
Yeah.
And that's all you need. I love the Grizzlies right now. We're in a great spot. You're without Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yep.
And Zaire.
Yep.
Heck, on Monday night, you were without your starting front court.
Yeah.
And you still barely lost. Once again, Grizzlies lose because we slip on the final play.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I do know. I think this is going to be a great season for us.
I hope so, dude. I really hope so.
And the best thing about this is the Warriors keep losing.
Yeah, I know.
I was looking at it today. The Warriors, they won the other day, so now they're 4-7.
Yeah.
4-7. They are in 12th place. They're above the Kings, Lakers, and Rockets.
They'll get it figured out.
I actually saw something today that scares me. Is what if the it was like the Rocket, not the Lakers and the Mavericks are in talks about a trade. Anthony Davis going to the Mavericks.
For who?
Probably Christian Wood and a bunch of picks, probably. The Lakers, the help they can get with the rebuilding.
Yeah.
And next week, do a LeBron trade to Memphis.
I thought about doing one today. When I was doing my 3 teams, I had to shuffle through 2 or 3 different teams. One of them was the Lakers. I thought about just trying it, but
do one next week for me, please, if you don't mind.
Dude, I got you.
And I know before we get into there's some mock drafts being released. Before we do that, the Nets, the Knicks, and the Celtics.
Yeah.
So Emeka Ode, what is it?
Udoka.
Ode, what?
Udoka.
Emeka Udoka. Yeah, sorry, folks. He ended up not getting the job.
Yes.
In Brooklyn, which is a good thing. Here's the thing, folks. You hire that guy, you're going to get judged so hard for being fine with that guy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You don't know the exact stuff yet, but, man, if the Celtics were fine with letting him walk for nothing, and this is a guy that just led them to the NBA Finals, probably something there is going to come up very soon.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about Kyrie. Nike dropped him the other day.
Yeah.
Since the last show.
He's done.
Is this the last we've seen of Kyrie?
He's done. The Nets gave him 6 specific things that he has to do before he can rejoin the team.
Do you know if off the top of your head?
No, but I can find it real quick.
Find it real fast. And I know one's apologized. I think he already issued one, and someone said it wasn't even truthful. I'm like, yes. But here's the thing. They say Kyrie is the nicest guy in the world. Like, they say he's the nicest guy. They said he'll stay after games and sign autographs. When he was here in Memphis, they had like seasons 52. They said he stayed late, take photos with all the cooks, all the bus boys, anybody that wanted a photo autograph, he was doing it for him. He reads stuff and he speaks his mind and then he believes in it. You got it pulled up?
Yes.
Go ahead and start. What are the 6 things?
Number 1 is issue an apology for posting a link to the anti-Semitic movie on October 27th. He needs to, this is still part of the same thing, condemn and make clear that he does not have anti-Jewish beliefs. He has apologized, but as of right now,
I didn't believe it.
That nobody believes it. He's not going to apologize for that movie. Number 2, complete anti-hate causes that Irving, the NBA, and the Anti-Defamation League agreed to upon on November the 2nd, including a $500,000 donation toward causes and organizations that work to eradicate hate and intolerance in various communities.
Okay, that's not happening.
The ADL came back a few days later after his apology and said that they don't believe it. They're not taking the money.
I love it.
Number 3, complete sensitivity training created by the Nets. Number 4, complete anti-Semitic / anti-hate training designed by the Nets. Again, don't think he will actually take part in that.
Oh, Lord, no.
Number 5, meet with the representatives from the ADL as well as Jewish community leaders in Brooklyn.
That's a fat L.
Number 6. After completing 1 to 5, meet with owner Joe Tsai and lead franchise officials and demonstrate the lessons learned, that the gravity of the harm caused in the situation is understood, and provide assurances that this type of behavior will not be repeated.
And he's got to do all this again before he plays?
He has to do all of those again before he can even rejoin the team.
Yeah, he ain't playing again.
He
Unfortunately,
is.
we just saw the last of Kyrie. What could have been?
Yes. Will go down as one of the biggest what ifs in the NBA history.
Here's the thing: they say Kobe Bryant was like his idol.
Yeah.
And he listened to Kobe. Right now, you really wish Kobe was here right now just for this. Like Kobe just to drag, really say, Kyrie, shut up. Play basketball. Stop it.
Just stop talking. Quit posting this ridiculous stuff and put the ball in the hoop.
Well, see, you can't really say he's dumb because you think about this. They said Kyrie's that smart. His SAT score is so high, he would have got a full ride to Duke either way.
Yeah.
That's how smart he is.
Oh, yeah. He's a smart guy, but his beliefs are
idiotic.
Idiotic, yes.
So, yeah, I hate to see it. I do own a pair of Kyrie shoes. Still one of the best basketball shoes I've ever had. A lot of people do believe now this is going to make Ja basically the poster for stuff with Nike now, like how it looks with Kyrie, which is great. The J12s will be coming out next year. I'm so excited. I will buy a pair. You know what else is about to drop very soon? I was told by our brother podcast, the B Team podcast with Eric, Eric, who's been on the show, that the jerseys were going to drop today. They didn't.
I'm hearing Friday.
I hope so. I hope they actually wear them. You saw a video post with John. He's like, dude, they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
He goes, they Big 12 key. And apparently they're all black. If you look at the logo, they changed their Facebook post or Facebook profile picture to a black and gold platinum Grizz.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, if it looks something like that, I probably will buy it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, do I get a Bane? Do I get a Ja? Or I get a Jaren?
You know good and well you're going to get a Jitty.
They don't make it. You gotta get them custom order, and that's like an extra $30.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind a BC one. So we do have NBA mock drafts and now start come out more now that college basketball started. Real fast. We didn't even talk about it earlier. Give me a boop, boop, boop. Oh, I'll do it right now. Boop, 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 boop. Memphis Tigers.
Yes.
Yo, Penny Hardaway. Mikey Williams. One of the most talked about recruits in the upcoming class.
And has been for years.
One of the richest. Not because of mommy and daddy, but because of his NIL deals.
The man at 17 has a deal with Puma.
Which it's going to be weird to see how he does next year with us being a Nike school.
Yeah, that's our number one question right now.
A very dominant Nike school.
Yes.
Because of Penny. What the crap? How? Last year we didn't even get a freshman. We got one freshman, a European guy no one heard of.
So, from what I've heard from one of the Memphis insiders was, according to Mikey's dad, Penny and Mikey have had a good relationship for 2 or 3 years now.
Good. Yes.
But his recruitment, even with that, his recruitment came out of nowhere. I think
he was predicted to go to like the G League.
Oh, yeah, he was projected to go pro. But his dad came out and said that basically he wanted to go to college the whole time. Apparently, pro was never an option. But I never expected it to be Memphis. He and JJ Taylor came to Memphis on an unofficial visit, which means that they put up their own money for hotels, food, gas, all that stuff
Which
instead
is
of
no problem for them.
which is no problem for them. True, but you don't come on an unofficial visit unless you have some serious interest in the school.
Amen to that.
The next
Well,
day, he and JJ both committed.
big Memphis, baby. I
Big
wonder if
Memphis,
Ja had
y'all.
anything to do with that.
See, I don't know. I want to say it was just Penny because they said that according to his dad, Penny sold him on the town, the program, the future. Now that there's no IARP deal anymore,
Hey,
the sky's the limit.
what you don't know is Lomax is going to get granted a 7th year of eligibility. And Lomax will start over Mikey Williams next year.
Probably so. Don't you even begin to put that evil on us, but
Well, here's the thing. I'm excited. I'm happy for this, but none of this matters until he's suited up on the court for the Tigers next year.
Yeah, this is all true.
None of that matters
This is all
until
true.
he is suited up playing game 1 for the Tigers next year. I did ask you to do a couple mock drafts. You found one, you sent it to me, and you did some scouting for me. Tell me what you found. Tell me these 3 guys.
So I'm trying to remember now where this. Give me 2 seconds.
You're good. I'll pull it up. You're good. You do your thing.
I can't remember who it is. So the Grizzlies have three picks coming up in this next draft. A first rounder and 2 seconds. This first mock draft we saw at 27.
It was USA Today.
USA
Today.
So USA Today has the Grizzlies at 27 taking Rayan Rupert. He's a shooting guard from the NBL in Australia.
Okay.
He's 6'6", 192 pounds. His averages for this season, 8.4 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 0.9 assists.
Oof.
Oh, keep that mentality because this is where it really gets broken down. He's shooting 38% from the floor.
Oh, he's a defensive guy.
39% from 3.
I have a feeling he's not shooting much.
On 3 threes a game.
Okay, he's making about 1.5 a game.
He is shooting 86% from the free throw line. So that is Rayan Rupert, the Grizz first round mock pick, according to USA Today. So at 44, they have the Grizz taking Coleman Hawkins, a forward from the University of Illinois.
Okay.
His career averages.
Yes, I'm ready.
I believe Coleman is a 50. I believe he's a 5th-year senior. 4.3 points per game.
Love it.
2.9 rebounds.
Even freaking better.
1.1 assists.
Is he blocking shots?
I have to go back and look.
Probably not.
31.4 from 3.
Okay, he shoots it a little.
43.7, 44% from the field goal percentage from the floor.
Okay, not sexy.
65% from the free throw line.
Definitely not sexy. How tall is he?
I'd have to go back and look. I forgot to get height.
You're good. What was his name?
Coleman Hawkins.
And who is the final guy?
At number 57, they have us taking Jalen Slauson, a forward from Furman University.
I thought you were about to say like Jalen or Jonathan Lawson for a second.
Oh, no, this dude's name is Jalen Slauson. And once you read his stats, you'll see that his last name is not so far off.
Hey, I just want you to know real fast, sorry. in their first game of the year, Coleman Hawkins did score 23 points.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's starting more this year or what, but those were just
On
his
the right
career
side,
averages.
he's 6'10", 225. He only the past 2 years, this is actually his first time he's actually getting minutes. Last year he played 19 minutes a game, and the year before he played 6 minutes a game. So yeah. Okay, go back to your last guy. Sorry.
You're good. So Jalen Slauson, career average 8.2 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. He's shooting 29.8% from 3, 50.3% from the floor, and 74.3% from the free throw line.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Can I just say, whoever did this mock draft sucks?
Yes.
And here's the thing, like, I love reading mock drafts, but here's the thing. We've noticed every year except the John Morant year, we don't know who the crap they're taking.
That's very true.
Except, one thing. Now they're looking at basically 3 things. 3-point percentage.
Yep.
Steals.
Yep.
And blocks.
Yep.
Are you shooting it well from 3? Are you active on defense? Also, here's another thing too. Starkey, in your life ever, would you ever believe the Grizzlies are in the top 3 in the league in shooting 3-pointers a game?
No.
Well, we are. We're also one of the best teams at making them as well.
Yeah. I knew in the offseason Jenkins wanted to get better from behind the arc.
I mean, heck, you got John Morant shooting 12 a game and making 5 of them.
Yeah.
Cheap.
See you.
Dude, I'm telling you, if we get Jaren back and his offensive game is better than what it was last year, and his defensive game is still the same, oh my gosh.
Look out.
Dude. So before we end the show, we do have some tough games coming up though. We got before the next show, which hopefully is Monday, folks. I do apologize. This week it was on me pushing it back. My wife got sick, and then I got stuck with the little one, and it had been very chaotic. And luckily, Starkey was very nice and agreed to push it back twice last second on me. Friday night we have the Timberwolves. They're not that good this year, but it's the Timberwolves. We have a rivalry with them now.
Yep.
I'm literally praying to the man upstairs, to God, that Jaren comes back Friday night.
I don't know, man. I think Friday night would be pushing it, but I think
he
can be back by Thanksgiving.
I just think Santi's going to destroy us. Or he's going to get us killed, guarding Cat.
Yeah.
And then we got the Wizards again.
Yeah.
So you got 2 games between now and then. You should go 1-1, if not 2-0.
Yeah.
And then we got the Pelicans. But we're looking good, folks. We're gelling. We're clicking. That's it for me tonight, Starkey. You got anything to wrap up the show with?
Not tonight. Good show tonight, man.
So are you hotty toddy or are you roll tide this weekend?
Hotty toddy all the day. Always.
But more importantly, are you Fire Ryan tonight or this weekend, or are you Woo Pig?
Oh, Woo Pig and Fire Ryan.
There we go. That was a trick. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Trick question
there for you.
I got you.
Folks, that's it for tonight. Stay beautiful, stay classy out there, America. And that is it for your not the final episode, but tonight's episode of Ball Don't Lie.
Bye, y'all.